reflects our mission to elevate the voice of school leaders and advocate for strong public schools. Thank you for leading with courage, compassion, and purpose. You strengthen the future of education in our state. Congratulations on this well-deserved honor, and thank you for shining your light for students across North Carolina.
I have always wanted to be a teacher. As soon as I could walk and talk, that's what I wanted to do. It was determined anyone that you talk to or you meet, that's Kelly, she's going to be a teacher. And that was a huge thing for me, and I've always known it. So much so that in 4th grade, you know, we're always talking about the people we connect with in schools. Like public schools, there's so many people that can be game changers for kids. So I was a nervous student, anxious, I cried a lot. But I can remember in 4th grade, Trina Mars, love you, Miss Mars, still in contact with her today. She got me. She was the first person that got me and the first person to believe in me. And that was a game changer for me. And so I can remember in 4th grade, I got a chalkboard for Christmas. And it's not the school quality chalkboards. My parents got me this huge chalkboard. And I remember I would talk shop with Miss Mars like we were colleagues, you know, and she would honor me and she would speak to me like a teacher. I got to do things for her. I got to run copies for her. And one day she met me out in the hall and she gave me a chalk holder. And for those of you that grew up in the 80s, you all knew those chalk holders, those metal chalk holders. And she presented me with one. And I will never forget that. It became a core memory. And that was the first time that I really, all of this wanting to be a teacher, it came to life for me. And it speaks to the power of people in these buildings that will reach out, and that inspired me. And I think about her every single day. How can I reach a kid like me? How can I reach a kid that needs that little bit of extra? So to me, she started my trajectory to where I am now, and all the love to her because she was a game changer for me.
When I think about why I serve, it's because I had excellent educators who really believed in me. I went to school in Bladen County, but also went to school in Cumberland County, and I was somebody who visited a lot of schools and attended a lot of schools because just some family dynamics. My grandmother raised me. She's very special to me. The teachers believed so much in me, and every single school that I went to, whether it was in Bladen County or Cumberland County, I was seen. I was somebody who was respected. I was somebody who was exalted and elevated. I remember in the 1st grade, Miss Maltz being my 1st grade teacher at West Area Elementary School. She actually put me on the board of directors for our school store. In the 1st grade, I think about what Miss Maltz being. I'm 38 years old and I still have that memory from 1st grade. And what that told me is that you are a leader. You're somebody who can contribute to this classroom community. And that's how I really try to lead my life as an educator. How do I help to exalt students and help them to really reach their full potential? And I really want to make certain that the students who are in my charge, whether I'm serving as a classroom teacher in Cumberland County, working as Outward Bound Director in Sampson County, being in Chapel Hill, or being in Craven County, how do we take care of the children in our charge?
When I started teaching and went to high school, I loved that too. And I taught 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th, and 12th. And so I got to see kids at the end of their educational journey when they were getting ready to go out into, you know, what we call the real world. And so many times I felt like I was working with students who were, you know, unable to read, and they were 15 or 16 years old, or they were already in a cycle of, you know, in and out of school. Sometimes they were, you know, not attending well. Sometimes they were getting into things that, you know, unfortunately caused them to have to leave the school setting. And I just felt like if I could get to these students earlier, if I could get to these students in kindergarten and show them that education doesn't have to be a push-out system. It doesn't have to be about, you know, conforming to be someone you're not, that there is a place for you in public education, that I could get to them earlier and keep them believing in themselves and in education longer to have better outcomes. So I felt like I needed to leave high school and go to elementary, but really in my heart of hearts, I would do K-12 and have them all together and just, when they come in little, they have this magic and this belief that everything is going to work out for me. People are going to love me. People are going to, teach me, and I'm going to do well. And as we get older, right, we see the world and we're like, I don't know about that. Things might be a little bit dicey. But if you can create a culture and a climate where no matter the age, no matter what you're doing, you can walk into a building and believe that my time in this space is going to make me a better person, then that really does change your experience on a day-to-day basis. And it, creates this opportunity where you might not believe, but you start to lean into it and you're like, well, wait a minute. Everybody is telling me I'm going to do well. I'm going to make it. I'm going to be something. And you start to adopt to that, and those expectations kind of breed that out of you.
I am a very passionate educator who has always loved learning. In fact, as a kid, I was the student that was waking up on Saturday mornings and I had school with my siblings, and we took the time to do math problems because as early as 4 or 5 years old, I really enjoyed the love of learning. My family, I credit them for instilling a love for learning because they exposed me to the opportunities that education presented. And so education was always something that I knew was going to take me places as a child, as an adolescent, as an adult. As a child, I had the opportunity to travel to different countries and different states because my family was in the military. And so when we had the opportunity to live in Germany and live in Korea and live here in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, I was exposed to different cultures, different backgrounds, and different beliefs. And those type of things really set me up for success as an adult and even now as a school leader. But as a school leader, I reflect on my childhood and I want to create environments where they too, my students, have the opportunity to be exposed to different cultures and different beliefs, just as I did as a kid. I recognize that there are students in this building that have never traveled outside of Fayetteville. So if they can't travel, why not bring the world to them? Creating opportunities through field trips, having guest speakers to come in and share their experiences. I want them to get a taste of the experience I had as a child, and that's why I create those environments and those settings for my students here in my building.
What drew me to education was initially my desire to be around athletics. I played football at the great Hampton University and had an opportunity to win a couple of championships there. And at the time, I wanted to coach when I left when I left Hampton. So leaving Hampton, I was fortunate enough to get into a master's program here at A&T, which I know a lot of people love, right? Aggie Pride. And being able to further my education in a master's program. And it afforded me the opportunity to be able to work in the school system and coach. And through that, I started mentoring. And I was bit by the bug at that point, right? If you would have asked me back then what I was going to do, I was going to be a Hall of Fame football coach for some pro team. But when I got into education and I got around kids and I started mentoring, I realized that there was an opportunity to have a greater impact on kids. And that was through school leadership. So that was the path I prayed on, and those were the doors that were opened for me. And I think looking back now, it was the right decision for me.
What drew me to education was that I wanted to become a teacher and a principal and educate through my lived experience. And so what I mean by that is, as a child, I didn't really like school. School just kind of made me anxious. I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel seen. I didn't feel heard. I didn't have a lot of confidence in school. And so I think it got a little worse, I'll be honest, when I was in elementary school and I didn't get into the TD program. I noticed that a lot of children that looked like me were not in that program. We were underrepresented in that program. And I was determined that when I became a teacher, that I was going to, all of my kids, every child that I taught, they were going to be very smart. They were going to be smart. They were going to just be confident. They were, I knew it. And I knew when I became a principal, like everybody in my school was going to be that way. Like I was going to create this school to where all of my children were very smart. They were confident. They wanted to be at school. They felt safe when they came in. They just felt like it was Disney World when they came to school, right? And so I knew that becoming a leader I could provide that for my kids, and that was very important to me. So that's why I became a leader. I wanted to build their self-efficacy. I wanted to build their confidence. I wanted to build their leadership. And I just wanted school to just be a safe space for them where they felt seen, heard, and loved every day when they walked through the door.
I've always loved school. I think back to Miss Barbara Miller, who I had for 3 years. She was my first, second, and third grade teacher. I fell in love with school in her classroom. She made learning fun. She had a piano in her classroom. We sang every day. We put on a play every year. And then I think back when the expired textbooks were given away, I would take them home and play school. I know that may not be a popular thing for boys to do, but I did it anyway. And so, but I tried to run. I tried engineering at Virginia Tech. It was not for me. I tried some business classes, and ultimately, I think deep down I knew I was a called educator, but it wasn't lucrative. And so, like lots of other folks, I tried something different. But ultimately, it's always been education, and so I had that opportunity. I love learning. I love watching other people learn. I've had the opportunity to coach, and just seeing students and kids grow has always been a big deal for me.
The real moment where I knew that I was going to become a teacher was when I was in a work-study program for my college financial aid, and I was assigned as a tutor. I enjoyed tutoring because those folks came back over and over again to get my help, and I felt that sense of purpose and that sense of service from helping those people. And so I wound up changing my major to mathematics and getting my certification in education. Student teaching only solidified my desire to continue on in education. My dad, interestingly enough, said, no, you don't want to be an educator. You want to explore some other options. So I did. I went into a master's program as a TA at UNC Charlotte, and it was in applied mathematics. I was not happy at all. So I ended up switching my major over to mathematics education and continued my degree as I worked as a substitute teacher in Rutherford County schools. And then the next semester after substitute teaching, I went on to land a job at Chase High School right down the road, teaching mathematics to high school students. So that's my story. Now I've come full circle. I'm back here at Chase Middle School where I began my career, and it's a very rewarding experience.
I was actually born into a life of service. My dad was in the Air Force, and he was stationed in Alaska when I was born. He didn't even meet me till I was 9 months old. But that experience of being the child of someone serving in the military meant that we moved all the time. I had kindergarten in 2 different schools, first grade in 3 different schools, and then continued to move around quite a bit until we got up to about middle school and high school. And what that meant was I was always the new girl. And so coming into a school, the teachers were my anchor. They were my safe place. They were my heroes. They were the ones who learned to pronounce my name correctly, who would help me find friends, who would sit me someplace comfortable, who would try to learn about me and make me feel comfortable. And that really created in me the sense of what schools could be and work that I wanted to do to help people feel welcome. I love to think that we are creating schools where no one ever feels like they're a stranger. And with my dad's job in the Air Force, he was actually in very early computer science. And so he was helping to develop satellite systems. And so my house was always filled with science and technology and talk about I collected astronauts the way other people collected baseball cards. So I was kind of a space baby and watched all of the launches and all of these pieces. And that, again, created this love of learning and science and technology. And that sense of curiosity and wonder was something that I really wanted to bring into the classrooms I was in and into the schools that I've been able to lead.
At Truist Leadership Institute, we partner with educators to strengthen leadership and build thriving school communities. Based in Greensboro, North Carolina, we bring leaders together for immersive, in-person experiences that build clarity, confidence, and connection. One of our signature programs, Conscious Leadership for Educational Leaders, is a 4-day experience that helps principals understand how their beliefs, behaviors, and presence impacts their students, staff, and school culture. Through practical tools and guided reflection, participants strengthen communication, lead through change, and build more connected schools. Reach out to Truist Leadership Institute to learn more about CLEL and our work with school leaders.
Oh, wait, it's huge!
Energy was absolutely amazing. Have never had that much positive feedback.
Last one right there.
Another reason I don't do social media, because stuff gets me.
Yeah, read that one. So
The seniors won the Spirit Stick. This has been my first, quote, normal full year of high school. It's been the best thing I could have imagined.
You know, it was weird when I woke up this morning to get ready for school. It was a different feeling because of yesterday, because when I got up, I was excited. I was like, wow, okay, I'm ready to go. Because, you know, the morale hasn't been great, but yesterday was a tremendous boost.
I believe that all of the love and the passion comes from the top, right? You've got to walk in this building every day, ready to lead your people, excited, passionate, because that trickles down.
I believe in these powerful 6 words: every child, every chance, every day. Where every student in my building, regardless of their background, their area codes, they're going to have what they need to be successful academically, behaviorally, and socially, emotionally.
I believe we as adults have the opportunity to have a positive impact on our students every day, and certainly we need to make every decision based on students, what's in the best interest of students and not what's convenient for adults.
I believe that all students deserve a high quality learning experience, and I believe that their address should not dictate their access.
I believe with collaboration, leadership on all levels, and accountability, any organization, especially a school, can accomplish anything that they set out to.
I believe in building supportive relationships. The most important thing to me is that we have a family atmosphere, both for the students and for the faculty and staff, so that they know they can come to us and rely on us for support.
I believe every successful school or any struggling school is based directly back to a leadership decision. All leadership creates the ecosystem where schools are going to be able to thrive or where they're going to struggle.
I believe that a school takes after the heart of a principal. I know that this is hard work and it's hard work. When I think about becoming a principal, I think of my core values: love, learn, and lead.
I believe that every person, every student is becoming. And my job as an educator, as a principal, as a lead learner in a building is to continuously harvest that growth and that bloom out of every single individual.
Everywhere, people are solving real problems. They are teaching, building, protecting, and preserving. They're responding to change and creating it. But progress rarely happens alone. People must be supported, ideas must be shared, and opportunity must be readily available. Because smarter technology for all depends on innovation powered by humanity. We listen first to people in their own communities. This guides how we work, partnering with organisations and communities to turn possibility into progress. We help expand access to education and opportunity, respond in moments of crisis, and protect ecosystems and human culture. As our technology evolves, so does our responsibility, empowering communities to make their own paths. This is innovation with intention, technology in service of people. Looking ahead, our ambition is clear: to benefit 30 million people by 2030, because real progress is defined by what becomes possible when humanity leads the way. Lenovo Foundation, powered by innovation, powered by connection, powered by inclusion, powered by humanity.
We're working to increase access to healthy meals for children. We hope this year's Principal of the Year cohort will work with others to realize the connection between school meals, academic achievement, and social-emotional health.
Across North Carolina, incredible things are happening in our public schools. And today, we celebrate the leaders making it happen. I'm Becky Spears, the 2024 Wells Fargo North Carolina Principal of the Year. On behalf of the North Carolina Principal of the Year Network, I want to share heartfelt congratulations with our 2026 Regional Principals of the Year. You stand at the intersection of vision and reality, supporting teachers, championing students and families, and ensuring every child has access to opportunity and excellence. Your leadership reflects our mission to elevate the voice of school leaders and advocate for strong public schools. Thank you for leading with courage, compassion, and purpose. You strengthen the future of education in our state. Congratulations on this well-deserved honor, and thank you for shining your light for students across North Carolina.
At Truist Leadership Institute, we partner with educators to strengthen leadership and build thriving school communities. Based in Greensboro, North Carolina, we bring leaders together for immersive, in-person experiences that build clarity, confidence, and connection. One of our signature programs, Conscious Leadership for Educational Leaders, is a 4-day experience that helps principals understand how their beliefs, behaviors, and presence impacts their students, staff, and school culture. Through practical tools and guided reflection, participants strengthen communication, lead through change, and build more connected schools. Reach out to Truist Leadership Institute to learn more about CLEL and our work with school leaders.
Oh wait, it's huge!
energy was absolutely amazing. Have never had that much positive feedback.
Last one right there.
Another reason I don't do social media, because stuff gets me.
Yeah, read that one side.
The seniors won the Spirit Stick. This has been my first, quote, normal full year of high school. It's been the best thing I could have imagined.
You know, it was weird when I woke up this morning to get ready for school. It was a different feeling because of yesterday, because when I got up, I was excited. I was like, wow, okay, I'm ready to go. Because, you know, the morale hasn't been great, but yesterday was a tremendous boost.
Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Elizabeth Santamore, the Educator Recognition Coordinator at the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction. And I'm so glad you're here for the 2026 Wells Fargo, North Carolina Principal of the Year announcement ceremony. We're thrilled to be sharing this celebration through a live stream made possible by the ongoing support of PBS North Carolina. It means so much to be able to know that people from across the state are able to tune in support of their regional finalists and celebrate the incredible work happening in our North Carolina public schools. Thank you for being part of this special day with us. Today, we are here to celebrate the incredible leadership found in North Carolina public schools. This year's outstanding finalists represent the following school districts: Dare County Schools, Craven County Schools, Wake County Public School System, Cumberland County Schools, Guilford County Schools, Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools, Ashe County Schools, Rutherford County Schools, and the Explorers School. These principals lead with empathy, innovation, and a steadfast commitment to ensuring opportunities for all students. Would all 9 finalists please stand? Let's give a warm round of applause to the 2026 North Carolina Principals of the Year. Principals, we are so proud of you and the example you set for your schools and communities. You may be seated. We are sincerely appreciative of the sponsors who make this celebration possible. Their ongoing partnership and generosity allows us to recognize and celebrate exceptional school leaders from across the state. We are especially thankful for Wells Fargo, the program named sponsor of the Principal of the Year program, whose support helps make today's event both possible and impactful. We would also like to thank our sponsors, Carolina Hunger Initiative, Education First, Jostens, Lenovo, Truist Leadership Institute, Digital Learning Initiative, and the North Carolina Principal of the Year Network. Their support has opened doors for meaningful professional learning, innovative technology tools, well-deserved recognition, and a strong professional network. These partnerships help ensure that our principals have what they need to lead with confidence and cultivate thriving school communities. I also want to acknowledge a longtime partner of NCDPI, the NC Principals and Assistant Principals Association. A proud supporter of the Wells Fargo North Carolina Principal of the Year program, NC PAPA's board of directors is made up solely of regional Principals of the Year, representatives from the North Carolina Principal of the Year program. NC PAPA provides membership and complimentary national conference attendance to the North Carolina Principal of the Year and another finalist in partnership with their national affiliates, the National Association of Elementary School Principals and the National Association of Secondary School Principals. Now I would like to invite all of our program partners to stand so we can show you our appreciation for the important role you play into supporting this work. I'd like to take a moment to thank our state selection team for their time and commitment to this process. With such an outstanding group of finalists, selecting one is no easy task, and we're grateful for the care and consideration you brought to honoring educational leadership in North Carolina. As I call your name, please stand and remain standing. I ask the audience to hold applause until all members have been recognized. Dr. Patrick Green, the 2022 Wells Fargo North Carolina Principal of the Year. Kimberly Jones, the 2023 Burroughs Welcome Fund North Carolina Teacher of the Year. Susie Coons, Community Relations Lead Consultant, Wells Fargo Philanthropy and Community Impact. And Christy Norris, Director of Education for the North Carolina Department of Natural and Cultural Resources. Thank you. This is the part of the program where it gets a little rowdy as we recognize the North Carolina Principals of the Year that I purposely put in that back corner. The Wells Fargo North Carolina Principal of the Year program has recognized exceptional school leaders since 1984, building a legacy that now spans more than 40 years. This tradition not only celebrates principals who lead with vision, heart, and purpose, it also connects a strong network of leaders who continue to influence education across our state. Today, we are honored to be joined by many past recipients of this distinguished award. After I name those in attendance, I'll invite them all to stand to rise for applause. 2010, Dr. Jan King. 2014, Dr. Carrie Tolbert. 2016, Dr. Melody Chalmers-McLean. 2017, Jason Griffin. 2018, Tabari Wallace. 2019, Matt Bristow-Smith. 2020, Dr. Keisha Clemens. 2021, Dr. Elena Ashburn. 2022, Dr. Patrick Green. 2023, Donna Bledsoe. 2024, Becky Spears. And 2025, Jason Johnson. Oh, Steve Lassiter. Oh my goodness. 15? 2015, Dr. Steve Lassiter. And as you can see, they always have each other's backs. They're not going to let that slide. In closing, I want to offer my heartfelt thanks to everyone at the Department of Public Instruction who contributed to this program. Behind the scenes, this work requires an incredible amount of time, coordination, and care. And while time prevents me from naming each individual, please know how deeply grateful I am for your dedication to lifting up school leaders. Your efforts have made today's celebration possible, and your support is felt in every detail. Now it is my pleasure to welcome Mr. Alan Duncan, Vice Chair of the State Board of Education, to the stage to bring greetings on behalf of our State Board of Education.
Good afternoon. It is a privilege to be here today to honor our 2026 Wells Fargo North Carolina Principal of the Year. I bring greetings on behalf of the State Board of Education. Special thanks to Wells Fargo for their primary sponsorship of this great event, but also for the support that Wells Fargo gives to one of their employees, my favorite employee of theirs, our chair of the State Board, Eric Davis. I want to recognize my fellow State Board of Education members who have joined us here today. Jill Kamnitz, if you would please stand, from the Northeast region, and Caddy Moore, a former principal, former Wake County superintendent, and an at-large member of the state board. Dorothy Burton. That name undoubtedly means nothing to anyone in this room. She was my elementary school principal. She knew the name of every student in the school. She supported her teachers unequivocally, and she regularly publicly recognized her certified employees for their fine work, usually over the PA speaker. Each generation of students has a seminal moment as they grow. More recently, we can think of the pandemic, 9/11, but each generation has their own moment. When in the 4th grade, the seminal event of our childhood occurred, which was the assassination of President Kennedy. For our generation, we all remember exactly where we were when we heard that tragic news. We were at school. Mrs. Burton went into action immediately, comforting students and staff who were frightened and confused by this news. Young minds that were trying to deal with something we did not know how to process at that point. She brought calm, peace, most importantly, caring and understanding to our entire school community on that day and the weeks that followed to help restore our sense of normalcy. In short, she did what all of our great principals do. Mrs. Burton has long departed from this world at this point, yet she is still very well remembered. What a gift to have positively impacted the lives of so many young people as a principal. Today, we are here to honor and lift up for acclaim and admiration our modern-day principal heroes, our finalists for the North Carolina Principal of the Year, the very best of the best, remarkable educators with incredible leadership skills. They are all special and destined to be remembered by many. The State Board reveres great principals and knows what a difference they make to generations of students in our schools. We have truly enjoyed working with our Principal Board advisors, the 2024 and 2025 Wells Fargo Principals of the Year, Becky Spears and Jason Johnson. Their experience and insightful contributions have been a tremendous asset to the State Board. Board members offer our gratitude to these outstanding principals for the tremendous job they have done in serving as advisors on the board. When they speak, our board listens, and we learn things that we need to know. We look forward to continuing to work with Mr. Johnson, who was recently named the National Principal of the Year. And we look forward to having Mr. Johnson back with us this coming year, along with this year's winner. Principals shape the culture of a school. They build relationships and nurture bonds among teachers and students. These relationships are what make a school a community instead of just a place to work and learn. The Principal of the Year regional finalists, whom we honor today, have all built those strong relationships. These leaders exemplify what principals need to do in order for our public schools to excel. We admire the energy each of our regional finalists have demonstrated in leading students, teachers, and staff every day. Our finalists are working relentlessly to move North Carolina's public schools forward, and they are succeeding. They are succeeding. Thank you for all being outstanding educators, school leaders, and critical members of your communities dedicated to serving our children. We cannot thank you enough. It is now my honor to introduce Mr. Chad Gregory, Regional Branch Network Executive with Wells Fargo. In his role supporting communities across the region, Mr. Gregory brings a strong perspective on leadership and partnership. Today, he will formally bring remarks on behalf of Wells Fargo. Congratulations to all.
Right. Good afternoon, everyone. It is truly a pleasure to be here today on behalf of Wells Fargo as we come together to celebrate the remarkable leadership and dedication of North Carolina's public school principals. First, congratulations to each of our regional honorees. Your presence here today reflects not only your professional accomplishments, but also the deep commitment you bring to your students, teachers, and school communities each and every day. The impact of your leadership is far-reaching, and we're grateful for the important work that you do. As always, I know the selection team faced an incredibly difficult task. The depth of talent and leadership represented here makes it clear that North Carolina's public schools are in strong hands. Each of you exemplify what it means to lead with purpose, with resilience, and a student-first mindset. Wells Fargo is proud to have supported the North Carolina Principal of the Year program since 1984, in partnership with the Department of Public Instruction. For more than 4 decades, this program has recognized outstanding principals who strengthen schools, elevate educators, and help students reach their full potential. This commitment is deeply personal for each one of us. With thousands of Wells Fargo employees across North Carolina, many of us are parents, grandparents, and active community members with strong ties to our public schools. We believe wholeheartedly that education is one of the most important investments we can make in our communities and in our state's future. At Wells Fargo, our philanthropic focus is centered on building strong, inclusive communities through investment in education, affordable housing, business growth, and financial opportunity. Equally important, our employees give generously of their time, volunteering across the state in support of schools and nonprofit partners. Today, however, is all about you. It's about recognizing your leadership, your persistence, and the steady guidance you provide, often behind the scenes, through changing demands and many challenges. We know the work of a principal is complex and it's demanding, and we want you to know how deeply your efforts are valued. Thank you for all that you do to improve the lives of North Carolina's students and to strengthen our school communities. We are proud to celebrate your impact. And now, it is my honor to introduce Jason Johnson, the 2025 Wells Fargo North Carolina Principal of the Year, and, as we just heard, the National High School Principal of the Year. Another round of applause. He deserves it. Jason is a transformational leader. Jason is a transformational leader, a veteran educator, and a true champion for students and teachers alike. He leads with vision, he leads with heart, elevating voices, fostering collaboration, and building strong, supportive school communities rooted in care and high expectations. Please join me in one more big round of applause for welcoming Jason Johnson to the stage.
Give me a second. I'm getting to my script, and I promised Elizabeth I would stay on script. I want to begin by thanking Orange County Schools, the Orange County community, and of course, the staff and students at Orange High School, home of the Mighty Panthers. As I reflect on this incredible year, my mind immediately goes back to announcement day last year. And I remember standing at the bottom of those steps after my name was called, and Elizabeth Santamore looked at me and said, "Don't cry." And I respectfully said, "Okay." Then she looked back at me and said, oh shoot, just be yourself. What she probably did not realize in that brief moment was that she opened the door for me to be myself. She gave me permission to fully be myself during this journey. She also knows me really well. She put some tissues up for me. Because the reality of it is, as people of color, many times when we enter certain spaces, we feel pressure to code switch. We feel pressure to become something different in order to fit the room. But that interaction shifted my perspective for the entire year. From that point forward, I enter every room as myself, including this room today. As I stood on this stage last year, I also remember hearing the yelling, cheering, and hollering coming from one corner of the room. This is the Umstead. This is fancy. They were loud. They were hyping me up. And I remember thinking to myself, these people are crazy. But I can't wait to join this group. That group was the North Carolina Principal of the Year Network. To all the previous principals of the year, thank you for accepting me, supporting me, and pouring into me this year. I especially want to thank Becky Spears, the 2024 North Carolina Principal of the Year. She's not here with us today, but I know she's watching. Thank you for your guidance, your friendship, and your support. I promise to pay it forward and support the next Principal of the Year the same way you supported me. This year also gave me the opportunity to work alongside some incredible people. To the State Board of Education, Superintendent Mo Green, and his team, thank you for welcoming me as an advisor and for your passion for public education in North Carolina. Thank you for setting the vision for North Carolina to become the best by 2030. I also had the opportunity to learn from an outstanding cohort of regional principals of the year, Dr. John Laster, Chrissy Prost, Dr. Laura Bailey, Ronnie Hewitt, Kelly Withrow, Carly Wells, Dr. Jessica Anthony, and Dr. Jake Wilson. Thank you for your leadership and friendship throughout this journey. Now, if you know anything about being the State Principal of the Year, you know we spend a lot of time in a car on the road. And during those drives, I had a lot of time to think, and I had what I would call epiphany moments. One of my first epiphanies was about the mountains of North Carolina. The mountains are absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Honestly, all of North Carolina is beautiful. Our state is filled with communities that deeply love and care about their public schools. But there is something special about driving down Interstate 40 and suddenly seeing the mountains appear out of nowhere. I regret that I spent all my life here in North Carolina without truly experiencing that part of the state. What stood out to me most was not just the beauty of the mountains, but the beauty of the people. The people in those communities love their schools, they love their students, and they love one another. And after Hurricane Helene, we saw the true spirit of North Carolina. People from across this state and nation came together to support Western North Carolina. Communities rallied together. Neighbors helped neighbors survive. That is what humanity looks like. That is what public education communities do. Another epiphany came as I traveled from school to school across the state. I visited amazing schools doing amazing things. I saw innovative programs, passionate teachers, strong leaders, dedicated superintendents, supportive school boards, and incredible students. And yet, despite all of the greatness happening in public education, our schools are constantly under attack. So I began asking myself, why do the negative narratives always seem louder than the positive ones? Why are public schools constantly forced to defend themselves? And the reality is, while many factors contribute to these attacks, some are rooted in racism and sexism. As student populations become more Black and brown, resources are often redirected elsewhere instead of investing in public schools. At the same time, this profession is powered by brilliant women who continue to lead classrooms, schools, and districts every single day, while often not receiving respect or compensation they deserve. But then another question hit me while driving. What are we doing to each other? Because while we cannot always control outside attacks on public education, we can control how we treat one another inside this profession. Too often, we see school boards and superintendents fighting each other, central office and principals undermining each other, principals and teachers constantly battling each other. Now, let me be clear. Healthy disagreement is okay. Different perspectives are necessary, but we cannot continue to tear each other down while trying to defend public education at the same time. We must work together. We must work across schools, districts, and communities to ensure every child is seen, valued, and supported. This can no longer be about which district is the best or which school has the highest ranking. As long as we remain divided, public education remains vulnerable. Then came another epiphany that I want to highlight. And honestly, my wife started this one. One morning before I left for a trip to go to Wilmington, I was standing by the front door waiting for my goodbye kiss from Heather. Oh, I don't leave the house without my goodbye kiss. She asked me, how does it feel to be the finalist for National High School Principal of the Year? And I say it without hesitation. It validates me winning North Carolina Principal of the Year. And then I explain why. As a Black man, part of me feared people would assume I only won because of my race. I had the fear that people thought I won because of my race, and these tears are the pain of my ancestors. I was the only person of color in that cohort of regional principals of the year. And the truth is, many people of color and women often feel like there's an invisible asterisk placed beside our accomplishments no matter how hard we work to earn them. Growing up, my mother constantly told me that people of color and women will have to work twice as hard to get the same opportunities. And unfortunately, that message exists because systems of oppression and white supremacy have historically chipped away at the confidence and worth of marginalized people. But then I started thinking about all of the greatness I witnessed throughout this journey. I thought about leaders like Dudley Flood, Mo Green, Freddie Williamson, and so many black men and women who have championed public education in this state. I thought about the amazing educators, fathers, mothers, principals, teachers, and students I have encountered. I realized I have spent my career celebrating the excellence of others while sometimes struggling to fully embrace my own. As I drove that day, I began reflecting on my acceptance speech from last year. I realized that even while standing on this stage, part of me still questioned whether I truly belong here. But when I stood on this stage last year, I looked at my children, Jason, Addison, Ava, and Aiden, and my wife, Heather, who was actually sitting at table number 10. And in that moment, I knew my children were thinking the words every father loves to hear. That's my daddy. He is my hero. I knew they were proud of me. I saw it on their face. They sat up in their chairs for the very first time in their entire life. But I also knew they were looking at me and they saw excellence. That means more to me than any title or recognition I could ever achieve. One of the reasons it meant so much to me is because white supremacy will lie to you and tell you that black fathers are absent. But I stand here today as a black father who loves his children deeply, who is present, who sacrifices, who leads, and who shows up for his family every single day. So today, I stand before you with my final epiphany, with my confidence fully intact, and I will never doubt it again. I declare to you that I stand before you not only as the 2025 Wells Fargo North Carolina Principal of the Year and the 2026 National High School Principal of the Year, but I stand before you as a proud black man who represents resilience, excellence, leadership, and hope. I stand here representing my family. I stand here representing my community. I stand here representing public education. And yes, to all the black principals in this room and across this state and this nation. And yes, to all the black teachers, school system employees across this nation. And to all the black citizens in the United States of America. We, together, we represent black excellence. Thank you. Now I can put my glasses back on because I think my crying is done for today. At this time, please turn your attention to the screens for a special video message from the Governor of North Carolina, Josh Stein, recognizing and celebrating our 9 regional principals of the year for their outstanding leadership and impact across our state.
Hello, I'm Josh Stein, and I'm honored to serve as your governor. Thank you to the Department of Public Instruction for inviting me to congratulate all of this year's Principal of the Year finalists. I also want to recognize Jason Johnson, the 2025 North Carolina Principal of the Year, who was also recently named the National High School Principal of the Year. Principal Johnson, your leadership and your commitment to supporting educators and students across the state have made a meaningful difference, and you've made all North Carolinians proud. Tonight, we celebrate 9 outstanding finalists for the 2026 Wells Fargo North Carolina Principal of the Year. You all represent every corner of our state, leading elementary schools, middle schools, and high schools, as well as magnet schools and early college programs. Your leadership is critical to students, teachers, families, and communities, and you do it all. You support teachers in the classroom. You make the buses run. You make sure kids are fed. You hire and mentor teachers. You support kids at fine arts and sporting events, and you push for academic excellence. When you succeed, our teachers succeed. And when our teachers succeed, our students succeed, and we're all the better for it. I personally benefit from the expertise of a former Principal of the Year. I'm so fortunate to have Elena Ashburn, your 2021 Principal of the Year, not only serving as my top education advisor, but she also helped get all of my kids through Broughton High School when she worked there. Just as principals support and care for our students and teachers, we have a responsibility to care for you and to support your efforts. I am calling on the legislature to finally pass a real pay raise for our educators, including pay increases for teachers, assistant principals, and principals. I'm also calling for more support personnel in our schools and proven investments in student outcomes like the science of reading and advanced teaching role programs. Each of these investments would strengthen our schools and set our kids up for success, which is what you all do every day. Congratulations again to each of this year's finalists and to the 2026 North Carolina Principal of the Year. I look forward to continuing to partner with you all as we work to build a North Carolina that's safer, stronger, and more prosperous with real opportunity for every person. Thank you and enjoy the ceremony.
Thank you, Governor Stein, for those important words. It's a privilege to be here with you as we recognize the remarkable contributions of these 9 outstanding Principal of the Year finalists: Kelly, Marlo, Mariah, Latricia, Daryl, Latricia, Dustin, Jennifer, and Deborah. Each represent the very best of educational leadership, making a lasting impact on their students, uplifting their schools, and strengthening their communities through their dedication, vision, and commitment to excellence. Now, I would like to extend a warm welcome to our State Superintendent, Maurice Mo Green, to join me on stage as we recognize and honor these outstanding school leaders. Finalists, it is my pleasure to introduce each of you individually. At the conclusion of your introduction, I invite you to join us on stage to receive your certificate and take a photo with our State Superintendent. Introducing Kelly Flora, the Northeast Kelly is the Northeast Region Principal of the Year from Nags Head Elementary in Dare County Schools. Kelly is accompanied by her husband and 2 sons. Additionally, her guests include her assistant principal, data manager, assistant superintendent, and superintendent.
I use my core values to drive me every day. My integrity, empathy, trust. They're my compass, and it helps me navigate the day. It helps me make the best decisions. And my motto is everything is figure outable. We can always find a solution. So having those core values to guide you every day, I lean on them all the time, and they're very, very important. I lead because every child deserves a village, and this is our village. I know the opportunities that can be provided in public schools, the people, the relationships. You're learning to be a tiny human while your teeth are falling out everywhere. You know what I mean? So this is a powerful place to be. Every child needs an advocate. Every child needs a team ready to go and just be behind them 100%. And that's what I'm called to do, is lead this village. I've worked in this district. I know what this school needs. It's me. This is year 4, and this has been my biggest accomplishment. Moving the staff, the scores. It took time, but we're doing it. We're doing it. So to me, being here, this is where I'm supposed to be, and this is the moment.
Introducing Dr. Marlo Artis, the Southeast Region Principal of the Year from Craven Early College High School and Craven County Schools. Marlo is accompanied by his grandmother. Additionally, his guests include a student, parent, and teacher from Craven Early College High School, his district director of human resources, assistant superintendent of human resources, and superintendent.
School leadership is a privilege. It is a privilege, and it's also a big responsibility. It's not about being in charge. It's about being someone who creates and helps to cultivate the environment where students can learn at a high level and teachers can teach at a high level. And I see myself as just that behind-the-scenes person who's really providing those resources, supports. And when you do that, it's not about you. It's about the individuals who are in your charge. As an educator, I want to make certain that students have magical moments, things that will stick with them. And that was a priority for me as a teacher, but it's also something that I really take seriously as a principal. So we do a lot of supplemental learning opportunities here at Craven Early College, and it's because I want students to leave having had an experience. You know, it's a privilege that they're choosing to come here with us, and we want to make sure that it's a good use of their time. The team here at Craven Early College knows that as a community, we're either going to rise or fall together. And I'm really excited to be a part of a team that wants to rise as a collective. And so it's really a privilege, and it's one that I don't take lightly. I get up every single day, and it's my desire to make a difference, to be able to provide opportunities for students, to be able to create the conditions where teachers can lead at a high level, and also to be able to let parents know, you can trust us. You can trust us. We do have your child's best interest at heart, and we're going to do everything that we can to meet their needs.
Introducing Dr. Mariah Walker, the North Central Region Principal of the Year from Wake Young Winners Leadership Academy in the Wake County Public School System. Mariah is accompanied by her husband, 2 sons, her mother, and her aunt. Additionally, her guests include her area superintendent and superintendent.
If you can create a culture and a climate where no matter the age, no matter what you're doing, you can walk into a building and believe that my time in this space is going to make me a better person, then that really does change your experience on a day-to-day basis. And it creates this opportunity where you might not believe, but you start to lean into it and you're like, well, wait a minute. Everybody is telling me I'm gonna do well, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna be something. And you start to adapt to that, and those expectations kind of breed that out of you. Do y'all believe that you're smart? Yes. Do you believe that you're smart? Yes. Do you believe that you're smart? Yes. When I think about leadership structures or leadership values, our kind of core here is lead, learn, and serve. So everything we do is first about not only what does leadership mean, but can I lead from within? Do I have that inner core to resonate with me when I need to lead myself? And maybe when I'm called to lead someone else. We also say I'm my sister's keeper, but ultimately we're just fostering a sense of citizenship because we want our students to understand it's not only about you and your resume and your growth, it's about what you're bringing to the world. Proximity is possibility. I believe that if I hold the door for the person behind me, then they're one step closer to their possibilities, and to me, that's what it's all about. I believe that for every single light that I'm able to share with a student, with a staff member, with a parent, is going to hold a proximate possibility for them to extend the light to the next person, and that's why I lead.
Introducing Dr. Latricia Allen, the Sand Hills Region Principal of the Year from John Griffin Middle and Cumberland County Schools. Latricia is accompanied by her father, mother, and sister. Additionally, her guest includes her former pre-kindergarten teacher, Fayetteville State University MSA Director, her District Associate Superintendent of School Support, and Superintendent.
I serve as a principal on the ground, boots on the ground, if you will, because I believe that as a school leader, you have to be able to lead from within the classrooms. So you'll see me on a day-to-day basis, co-teaching with teachers, modeling, doing small groups, having data conversations with teachers and students, because I want them to see that I am just as committed as they are, and I can't lead from behind an office desk. I lead from within the classrooms. My core values center around equity and ensuring that every child has what they need to be successful. In fact, my philosophy is every child, every chance, every day. Every single student that's in my building is going to make sure that they are successful academically, behaviorally, and socially, emotionally because of the impact that the teachers have on their success in the building and the connection with our stakeholders. Every chance truly does mean that every single opportunity that we have to personalize learning for them, we're going to take those opportunities. And every single day, rain or shine, we're going to remain committed to ensuring our students are successful. Those words are the heartbeat of my core values, and that demonstrates how school leadership can support student success in the building, because school leaders have a responsibility of creating the environments for our students to be successful. This is my calling. I firmly believe that being a school leader is a passion and it's an assignment for me. I don't know which student I may have made the most impact on, but I know that as a school leader, I'm committed to ensuring that all of my students have what they need. And whether I see the impact today, tomorrow, or in 10 years, knowing that I have fulfilled my assignment is the reason why I lead as a building principal.
Introducing Dr. Darrell Harris, Jr., the Piedmont Triad Region Principal of the Year from Eastern Guilford High School and Guilford County Schools. Darrell is accompanied by his wife, son, mother, and 2 godbrothers. Additionally, his guests include his principal supervisor and his superintendent.
I really believe in the power of education and what it could do to impact kids' lives. Being an educator, it allows me to help kids see their future come to fruition. It helps me help families see the future for their kids. And I do that by impacting teachers each and every day, right? Because they're the boots on the ground. They're the ones making the true impact in the kids' lives every day. So just like I tell my students and their families, every day we tell our staff as well that they're loved, that they're appreciated, and that they're important. And there's nothing that they can do about it. I'm a servant leader. I truly believe in being a lead blocker for my staff and my students. I believe I lead because it's the right thing to do. Leadership is needed. Leadership is necessary to move communities forward. And education specifically is needed to unlock doors and opportunities for students. So I try to live by not making the same mistake twice. I try to live by talking to folks who've charted the path or charted the course and learning from some of their mistakes, but also giving back, right? And paying that forward. And that's why I mentor, and that's why I coach, and that's why I support kids, and that's why I do the things I do in the community as well, because somebody did it for me. Somebody told me that the stove was hot, and I left it alone. So my job is to tell as many folks about the paths, the traps, the pitfalls along the way so that they can be successful as well. I lead because that's who I am.
Introducing Latricia Wilson, the Southwest Region Principal of the Year from Tuckasegee Elementary and Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools. Latricia is accompanied by her husband, 3 sons, her mother, and father. Additionally, her guests include her superintendent.
The building takes after the heart of a leader. So making sure that when you come in, that your heart is in the right place. Go in with a vision, one that's ambitious, one that where you're setting ambitious goals for your staff, and then be prepared to love them, to invest in them, to coach them, to build them up, to love on the kids, to teach them as if they were gifted, and just create a Disney World experience for your kids. When they come in, you want them to feel like they're going to Disney World in an elementary school. So just be authentically who you are, inspire your staff, and work hard to make sure that everyone under your tutelage is successful.
Look, and I had one from Verone that scored an 82.
Okay.
What? Wow. Really? Oh, is he on one of our lists?
I like solving problems. I like helping people. I want to change the world, and I want to just make sure that kids are seen, heard, and loved. I lead because it's my calling. It's what I'm called to do. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Introducing Dustin Farmer, the Northwest Region Principal of the Year from Ashe County High in Ashe County Schools. Dustin is accompanied by his wife, 2 daughters, mother, and father. Additionally, his guests include a colleague and superintendent.
I think sometimes when you step into the principal's role, you're afraid you're not going to have an impact on students as much as you could in the classroom. But it's just, it is a different impact. You know, the buck stops with you, and it's super important to know that every decision you make does have an impact on students one way or the other. And then always, always, always do what's best for kids, and make sure that every decision you make is based on kids and what is in their best interest. I truly mean it when I say it's never been about me. I take pride in seeing other people be successful. That's what brings me joy. I felt called to come here to the high school. Not that I desperately wanted to be in this position per se, but just felt like this is where I was supposed to be. And we don't have it right. We've not figured it all out yet, but feel like we're moving in the right direction. I think deep down I always knew that I was supposed to be an educator. I ran from it, like I suppose many people do. I went to school to be an engineer. That didn't work out. Took some business classes. Finally gave in to the profession. Knew deep down that's probably what I was supposed to do or believed I was supposed to do. And so, you know, I've not turned back from there. If given the opportunity, I really wouldn't change it. Maybe there's some decisions that I made that I would have done differently, but to do it all over again, I would be an educator.
Introducing Jennifer McBrayer, the Western Region Principal of the Year from Chase Middle School and Rutherford County Schools. Jennifer is accompanied by her husband, son, daughter, and mother-in-law. Additionally, her guests include 3 previous Western Region Principals of the Year who are her principal colleague, her District Chief Operating Officer, and Chief Academic Officer.
I lead because I want every student to have an advocate and feel like there's somebody out there fighting for them. And I also want every teacher to feel the support so that they can do the good work that they're doing. I believe the most important strategy to encourage high achievement is growth. Growth mindset is important for both faculty and staff and our students. For faculty and staff, that growth mindset is important because it allows them to be able to take risks and embrace change. Then for students, it helps you meet them where they are. If you have students who have challenges, the goal is to make sure they feel success through growth. And then even students who are high achievers, you want them to feel challenged and you want them to feel that they have not only met expectations but exceeded them. I have a passion for what I do. I have a passion for being the best. I'm competitive. Y'all gonna help me out on that competitive side, right? We're gonna be at the top. I challenge myself to try new things. I challenge myself not to be afraid of change, just like I challenge the people around me not to be afraid of change. I've been surrounded by some phenomenal people, people who care about the students that they serve. It helps make me look good that I'm surrounded by such fantastic people.
Introducing Deborah Brown, the Charter School Principal of the Year from the Explorers School in Raleigh, North Carolina. Deborah is accompanied by her husband, mother, and father. Additionally, her guests include the Executive Director of the North Carolina Association for Public Charter Schools and the Explorers School Board Chair, Resources Director, Elementary School Director, and Superintendent.
I really believe in education that leadership becomes the foundation that success can be built on. I try to really hire great people and then trust their ideas. And if they come to me with an idea before saying, oh no, we couldn't possibly do that. We don't have the money for it. The families won't support, we can't do all these things. How would we ever make that happen? My job is to clear those roadblocks and to say, how can I say yes to this project? How can I take this teacher vision and then as an administrator provide the foundation so that they can make that dream and that vision happen? I really believe that public charters are part of the solution. So the original vision of charter schools is laboratories that were innovative and they were trying new ways of teaching kids is something that I really love to make sure we are enacting here at Explorus, and that I really believe can be something that can benefit all the students of North Carolina. So when our students are building projects and learning about things, they're not just studying from a textbook, they're learning them in service to something. So if we have kids learning about biology and chemistry, they're actually learning about nutrition by working with the food pantry. I believe education is the most powerful act of hope that we have. All the things that we want to see in the world are in our classrooms right now. We used to say that we could tell an Explorus graduate by the end of the first day. There is a unique confidence and sense of leadership that we see in all of our students when they graduate. And the more effectively we can educate them, the better world that they are going to inherit from us.
Let's give it up for all of our regional finalists. It is my honor to introduce our state superintendent, Maurice Mo Green. Superintendent Green is committed to ensuring all students in public schools have access to a high-quality education and strives to create a brighter future for students, educators, and communities across the state. Please join me in welcoming Superintendent Green as he shares some remarks.
Well, good afternoon. That was pretty good, but we're going to do even better. Good afternoon. Wonderful. I'm honored to be here with you to recognize 9 outstanding school leaders, the 2026 Regional Principals of the Year. I'd like to take a moment and thank our wonderful event and program sponsors, Wells Fargo, the Carolina Hunger Initiative, Education First, Jostens, Lenovo, the North Carolina Digital Learning Initiative, Truist Leadership Institute, and the North Carolina Principal of the Year Network. A special thank you to PBS North Carolina for live streaming this event so that thousands of people across the state can cheer on our Principal of the Year finalists. Sponsors, please know that your contributions make this day so meaningful and special for everyone involved. Finalists, I am in awe of you. Your role as a principal requires a special set of skills, one that very few people possess. Because a principal doesn't only have to know their stuff when it comes to pedagogy and building relationships with students and parents. You are responsible for helping other educators hone their craft. You are responsible for representing and advocating for your school within your community and across the state. You are responsible for sharing your expertise with others in the field so that the next generation of leaders might follow in your footsteps. By doing these monumental tasks day after day, you are shaping not only the people in your buildings, but the future of our state. It is because of your dedication that North Carolina is on its way to being the very best in the nation for public education. Your leadership, you see, has helped us achieve the highest 4-year graduation rate in our state's history. Your desire for every child to succeed is why we recently announced record-breaking participation and achievement in advanced placement courses. Your passion for preparing students for the future is responsible for more students earning career and technical education credentials than ever before. Your commitment to excellence helped a historic 54% of the 2025 graduates pass a college-level course and exam while still in high school. And each of you have your own individual strengths as a leader. Kelly, your leadership centers on building trust and creating open dialogue, making students and staff members feel personally invested in the daily running of the school. Marlo, you lead with energy, compassion, and a strong emphasis on structure, reducing the load on teachers, helping students thrive, and equipping graduates with durable skills. Mariah, your leadership embraces students and staff as the complex human beings they are, creating an environment that fosters connection, promotes equity, and deepens learning. Latricia Allen, you lead with transparency, empathy, and courage, ensuring that everyone in your building has a chance to learn and grow every day. Exemplified in your motto, every child, every chance, every day. Daryl, your leadership is about building buy-in, giving students a voice on school policies, providing personalized support for teachers, and fostering close relationships with parents. Latricia Wilson, your leadership is grounded in your ability to relate to where your students come from, and the great heights you have achieved light the pathway for their future success. Dustin, you lead with the individual in mind, ensuring that supports are in place so both students and staff members feel seen, valued, inspired, and ready to be excellent. Jennifer, you lead with facts, educating not just your own school community, but state legislators, local officials, and the public about the realities of education in North Carolina. Deborah, you lead with innovation, responsibility, and a relationship mindset, always dreaming up new ways to better serve students and educators in your own school and across the state. Collectively, you've changed cultures, improved outcomes in schools designated as low performing, helped countless students cross the graduation stage, and helped students and staff through the highs and lows of life. Achieving educational excellence in North Carolina public schools is not possible without incredible leaders like yourselves. I cannot thank you enough for all that you do to support your students, staffs, and communities. Before we announce the 2026 Wells Fargo North Carolina Principal of the Year, I want to thank the 2025 Principal of the Year and the 2026 National High School Principal of the Year, Jason Johnson. Jason, your leadership has made a lasting impact not only on Orange High School, but across North Carolina. Guided by your belief in leading with love, you have strengthened school communities, elevated student voice, and empowered educators to grow as leaders alongside you. Over the past year, you have served as a powerful ambassador for public education, traveling across the state and sharing a vision of schools where every student is supported, valued, and challenged to succeed. Under your leadership, Orange High School has demonstrated meaningful academic growth, reflecting your unwavering commitment to excellence and opportunity for all. Your passion, purpose, and deep commitment to your students and community have inspired educators across our state. We are grateful for your leadership and the impact you have made while serving as the 2025 Principal of the Year. Thank you, Jason. At this time, I'd like to welcome Juan Alston, Senior Vice President of Wells Fargo Philanthropy and Community Impact, to the stage. Based in North Carolina, Mr. Alston brings decades of experience in banking and a deep commitment to the community development and regional impact. Today, he will announce the 2026 Wells Fargo, North Carolina Principal of the Year.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. And so this is the moment that we've all been waiting for. Seems like it will never get here today, but we're here. So finally, it's time for the announcement that we've all been waiting for today. This year's North Carolina Principal of the Year is a leader who believes that schools are places where every student and every adult must be seen, known, and valued in order to truly thrive. This principal leads a complex school community that's creating clarity and stability through intentional systems, transparent communication, and steady leadership. This principal extends that leadership far beyond their own school, uplifting peers and cultivating the next generation of educators through mentorship and by example. This leader has built a culture where young women are never expected to rise alone. Instead, they are surrounded by a community that believes in their brilliance, nurtures their resilience, and holds them to high expectations rooted in care. We know the students, staff, and the entire Wake Young Women's Leadership Academy Not only is that Academy community excited, we're all excited as well, as you can see. And we're filled with pride with having their principal, Dr. Mariah Walker, as the 2026 Wells Fargo, North Carolina Principal of the Year. Congratulations, Dr. Walker.
Good afternoon. Now, I am from the South. Good afternoon. Amen. There we go. The people, our purpose, one passion. Distinguished guests, amazing colleagues, family, friends, and watching students. And some students in here too. Hand clap for all the students who are here today. I am honored to be the 2026 Wells Fargo, North Carolina Principal of the Year. Yes. Thank you to Wells Fargo and our amazing sponsors that are here in the room today for their commitment to principals and students and educators across our state. Thank you to our state superintendent and North Carolina Department of Public Instruction for their continued commitment to education and educators in our state. Thank you also to Elizabeth for her amazing leadership and support in recognizing our leaders. First, I give honor to God and His presence in my life. I stand here today by grace, grace that has carried me through moments that I never imagined I would make it through. I don't look like all I've been through or walked through, and that is because of Him. For those of you who know me, you know I'm a little old-fashioned, and I truly love being from the South, specifically Raleigh, North Carolina, and not the new Raleigh that most of you are probably thinking of from the state. You see, when I grew up, Raleigh was much, much different, with many more trees, a lot of dirt roads, and several K&W cafeterias. We had Scotty's hot dogs on Saturday, church on Sunday, and the cafeteria after service. So considering my Southern roots and my English teacher heart, I believe in grounding any message in something clear and true. So today, as I accept this incredible honor, I want to center us on three things: purpose, people, and passion, the reasons we do this work. For me, purpose begins with faith. Education is a living expression translated into hope. We heard this as a finalist shared. And as a North Carolina native, I have seen that hope across this state, from the mountains of Boone and the amazing food there, the energy of Charlotte, the Queen City, the heart of Greensboro, the pride of Fayetteville, and the traditions of Nashville and Rocky Mount, the beauty of Wilmington, Carolina Beach, Sunset Beach, and the Outer Banks, the rich history of Down East, Roanoke Rapids, Rich Square, and Gettysburg, and as a four-time NC State alum, go Pack, I even admit that there is a special legacy living in Chapel Hill. But ultimately, Raleigh for me, where my story is so deeply rooted. These are more than cities. These are reflections of people, each uniquely beautiful, each carrying its own story. They are places filled with pride and possibility. And our purpose is to bring that pride and possibility to life each and every day in our schools. That is what public education must reflect. Our public schools must be places where every student, every teacher, and every single family and parent knows that there is a place for you, where a sense of belonging flows through every hallway, every classroom, and every school community. Every student deserves a school to grow, a school to thrive, but most importantly, a school to belong. Friends, purpose is not about position. It's connection. It is understanding that every interaction, every decision, every moment, every single time that we show up for a child or a family, we are shaping future and we are stepping into a sliding door moment. We are living in our purpose. People, none of us do this work alone. The gift of humanity is like a tapestry. Each of us a thread so carefully woven together to create a quilt of warmth and connection, more beautiful than we could ever see alone. To the incredible principals being recognized today, it is such an honor to stand woven beside you in heart. Your leadership inspires me, and your commitment reminds me that this work is bigger than any one of us could ever see. Marla, Latricia, Daryl, Dustin, Deb, Jennifer, and Kelly, this regional class of 2026 has an amazing group chat, but we're only just getting started. And to the principals across the state, I thank you. The warmth of your dedication is the elixir to my heart. Being a principal is loving an entire community of children and staff and always finding space for one more. It's holding the hopes of families, the dreams of students, and the spirit of a school eloquently all at once. It's choosing every single day to lead with heart, with grace, and with unwavering belief that the children we serve today will flourish and bloom and blossom into the garden of leaders tomorrow. Thank you for doing what feels impossible, leaders, for carrying those hopes, for those dreams, for your schools, for your community, but also going home and carrying the dreams of your loved ones. Leaders do not let other leaders lead alone, and this moment belongs to all of us. I also want to take a moment to thank the people who have poured so lovingly into me. My family, my sons who share me so graciously with the district, my greatest joy and my why. And yes, you still have to go to school on Monday. To my mom, thank you for believing in me even when I found it very hard to believe in myself. To my aunt who's here today, thank you so much for always showing me the joy of love and family. To my husband, being married to a principal is very hard. So thank you for being patient and my forever volunteer school helper for whatever needs to be done, planted, painted, or put up in the halls of my schools. To my dad, sisters, nieces, cousins, uncles, aunts, best friends, sister friends, and those who are watching down from heaven, I thank you for your love and your patience and your unwavering support. Loving a principal is hard. We often miss family events, miss friend dinners, miss birthday trips, but you carry me in ways that I will never fully be able to repay. To the educators who saw something in me before I saw it in myself, my first grade teacher, Miss Klutz, Miss Pridgeon in middle school, Mama Bradford or Miss Bradford. I have a former principal of mine here in the room, Principal Moore. I thank you for planting seeds that continue to grow. When I was entering in, you saw beyond the student in front of you, and I thank you for that. To my amazing students who are hopefully in fourth period and focused on a task and not watching, but I thank you. There isn't enough time to capture the essence of everything you mean to me. Outstanding women leaders at Wake Young Women's and our brothers at Wake Young Men's, my Hilburn Hawks, Pleasant Grove Flyers, my Sanderson Spartans, I thank you and your families for allowing me to be a part of your journey. Your brilliance, your resilience, your laughter, and your growth have put a mark on my heart that will never fade. To my incredible NC State family, like Dr. Bass, and the extraordinary leaders of Wake County Public School System who have mentored, challenged, and believed in me, I thank you. To my amazing superintendent who continues to lead with grit and determination, Dr. Robert P. Taylor, I thank you. Put the P. Robert P. Taylor, I thank you and I appreciate you. To my area superintendent, Mr. Cedric Williams, who gave me my first chance as a school principal, thank you. In every space, I've had the honor to serve, and you have been my purpose in motion. I carry each of you with me in pride and gratitude. I say with humble heart, I am because you are therefore I am. This is the power of people. This is the power of our profession. And finally, I'm winding down my front porch Southern style. Passion. Passion is what keeps us on the hard days. It's what pushes us to believe in a future that we cannot see. A future where our schools are not only places of learning, but places of safety, belonging, creativity, and opportunity. A place where people flock to public education. In Passion, we see a future where every child's potential is met with access, no matter the area code of the state, no matter the zip code, no matter who they voted for. Every educator, every student, every family deserves to feel valued, seen, supported. Every school has a highly qualified principal, and where public education is the cornerstone of our community. Friends, we live in too great a state to not appreciate what we have. Our beautiful state is a tapestry woven together by people, by purpose, and by passion. Each of us in this room, each of us watching, we are a thread. And while one thread may seem weak, my friends, it's when we weave it together that we are strong and that we create something powerful, something lasting, something beautiful, something eloquent. So as we leave here today, we are all etched in our passion and our purpose as people together. We are part of something bigger. You are making a difference, and you are not ever alone. As we celebrate today, I recognize again the amazing finalists that I'm so blessed to be here with. Celebrate today, but tomorrow, let's continue to lead with that purpose, show up for our people. And I look forward to celebrating all the wonderful things with pride and possibility in our state and in North Carolina public schools. Because today, our leadership lights up this ballroom, but tomorrow, North Carolina, we light up the world. Thank you so much. At this time, I would like to invite the 2026 regional finalists to the stage. Marlo, Latricia, Daryl, Dustin, Deborah, Jennifer, and Kelly, please join. And let's congratulate them as they welcome them to the stage.
What an extraordinary event and celebration. Congratulations once more to all of our finalists. We're eagerly looking forward to standing by you throughout your time representing North Carolina principals. It's been an honor to host and coordinate this year's North Carolina Principal of the Year ceremony, made possible by the dedication of so many individuals. Special thanks are owed to the families and support systems of our finalists. The journey for the 2026 Principal of the Year cohort is just beginning. A huge thanks goes out to the communications and graphics teams, the Office of Charter Schools, and DPI leadership for their invaluable contributions to the success of this event. Sponsors and finalists, please join us in the hallway near the doors to the terrace for post-event pictures. To our guests, enjoy the remainder of your afternoon. Thank you.